life after death. Now, we are multidimensional beings. This is not our only life, and this won't be our last life. And I don't care what you believe in, reincarnation is 100% real. Y'all really think these babies that be dying at like 1 and 2 years old have no chance to experience life at all? After you die, you're not physical. You're only emotions. You're only vibrations. So when you die, you'll go to where your vibration maintained the most. In this world, this third dimension is hell. This is where low vibrations exist, such as fear, depression, anxiety, all low vibrations. So if you live in your life maintaining mostly those vibrations, after you die, you will keep coming back here until you can fix that. And it's not right after you die. When you die, you go to the astral plane. The astral plane is where all spirits dwell. These bodies are like a shell. They hold us back from feeling our full vibration. So we just get to experience those vibrations. But after you lose this vessel and you become a soul, you will feel those vibrations times 100. So if you was always depressed, angry, mad, once you die, you will feel that times 100. So now you're dwelling in the astral plane until you can reincarnate. And time don't exist in the astral plane, so it could be 100 to 1,000,000 years. Say you lived your life happily. Once you die, you'll go to the astral plane with happy vibrations. In the fifth dimension, heaven, is where all high vibrations exist. So you can either choose to ascend, you can stay in the astral plane to become a spirit guide, an angel, or you can reincarnate in the physical realm to help people come to the fifth dimension. And before we came here, we knew all this knowledge. Our soul knows everything. Our soul knows about this life, the past life, everything. Your soul knew how your whole life was about to go before you came here. Say you live in your life always angry, always sad, or whatever. Then your purpose was to come here and learn how to make happiness out of every situation. Only you know your purpose, and you have to find your purpose to ascend. Your purpose is not the material. It's not being a rapper or doing anything like that. It's about working on yourself and elevating as a soul. Earth is like school. Our soul incarnates to earth to elevate. But the problem is when you came here, you forgot all that knowledge. When you come in this body, your memory is wiped. But you're still connected through your pineal gland. That's how you get this information back. And why do you think the elites is putting fluoride in our water and trying to poison our pineal gland so we don't open it? And the main thing they do to get us reincarnated is to get us attached to this material world. We so attached to this world that we forget that we are a soul inside the body. We identify with this body. It's like you going in a house and saying, I'm a house. Because you're forgetting that you're the person that's inside the house. Same thing with our soul in this body. People too attached to money, clothes, whatever. All that stuff is material stuff. And people live for that material stuff. So if you're that person, once you die, you will get reincarnated back to the material world. If you're worshiping a God outside of yourself, waiting on the return of the Messiah, you'll get reincarnated because you haven't found out that you're a God. You haven't woke up. You haven't raised your vibration. And the elites know all this stuff. That's why they're doing everything in their power to keep us enslaved. And it's like y'all don't want to wake up because y'all looking at us like we the bad ones. And we just trying to wake y'all up. Follow for more. The woman agenda. Now this world is set up to be against our woman. You got states passing raping laws. You got all these men out here beating on women. They got women out here thinking their body not good enough so they get implants. Got them thinking they ugly so they wear makeup. They even said that they're responsible for sin since Eve ate the apple. That's all because women is the most powerful beings on this earth. Think about it. They have the ability to bring a whole person on this earth. Every person you know came from a woman. Even every animal you know came from a female. All life comes from a womb. Egyptian times, they understood how powerful our women were. That's why they worshiped them. You see this ink right here? That symbolizes the womb, life. You know about the Sphinx of Egypt? We built this for our woman. But then they chopped her nose off and tried to make her look like a man. So you see, we used to worship them. Now it's fuck these hoes. Or as soon as you try to uplift a woman, you a simp. Everything is reversed. It's literally a whole agenda to keep women away from their true self. That's why the world the way it is now. Follow for more. The woman agenda. Now this world is set up to be against our woman. You got states passing raping laws. You got all these men out here beating on women. They got women out here thinking their body not good enough so they get implants. Got them thinking they ugly so they wear makeup. They even said that they're responsible for sin since Eve ate the apple. That's all because women is the most powerful beings on this earth. Think about it. They have the ability to bring a whole person on this earth. Every person you know came from a woman. Even every animal you know came from a female. All life comes from a womb. Egyptian times, they understood how powerful our women were. That's why they worshiped them. You see this ink right here? That symbolizes the womb, life. You know about the Sphinx of Egypt? We built this for our woman. But then they chopped her nose off and tried to make her look like a man. So you see, we used to worship them. Now it's fuck these hoes. Or as soon as you try to uplift a woman, you a simp. Everything is reversed. It's literally a whole agenda to keep women away from their true self. That's why the world the way it is now. Follow for more. The woman agenda. Now, this world is set up to be against our women. You got states passing raping laws. You got all these men out here beating on women. They got women out here thinking their body not good enough so they get implants. Got them thinking they ugly so they wear makeup. They even said that they're responsible for sin since Eve ate the apple. That's all because women is the most powerful beings on this earth. Think about it. They have the ability to bring a whole person on this earth. Every person you know came from a woman. Even every animal you know came from a female. All life comes from a womb. Egyptian times, they understood how powerful our women were. That's why they worshiped them. You see this ink right here? That symbolizes the womb, life. You know about the Sphinx of Egypt? We built this for our woman. But then they chopped their nose off and tried to make it look like a man. So you see, we used to worship them. Now it's fuck these hoes. Or as soon as you try to uplift a woman, you a simp. Everything is reversed. It's literally a whole agenda to keep women away from their true self. That's why the world the way it is now. Follow for more. Truth about fapping. Now, are you the type to beat that meat every night and watch porn? Now, every time you do that, your brain releases an excessive amount of dopamine. You do it so consistently to the point where it's messing with your psychological state. Do you have social anxiety? Are you scared to talk to girls? That's what that causes. It makes you less dominant. Your testosterone levels are real low. You're real vulnerable. You'll do anything for some pussy. It makes you less of an alpha. You're literally controlled by your dick. You don't think with your head. And mind you, your sexual energy is the most powerful energy you have in your body. Your nut can bring a whole human on this earth. And you just wasting that for a temporary feeling? Take a look at your chakras. When you constantly release your sexual energy, you're living in your root chakra. So that means you're living in your lowest self. You don't even know who you truly are because you can't get out of your root chakra. And since you're living in your root chakra and your vibration is so low because you keep releasing your sexual energy, you're able to attract a demon called the succubus. She's the demon for males that like to steal sexual energy. Have you ever had a wet dream? You thought you was having sex with your crush, but then it turned to your mom or your grandma or your sister? That's the succubus playing tricks on you. So now you feel all disgusted or whatever. Have you ever beat your meat to some sick ass shit? Then after you nutted, you was like, why did I just watch this? That was the succubus. Have you ever had sleep paralysis and woke up and saw something sitting on your stomach or your chest? That's the succubus demon. And ladies, it's a demon for y'all too. It's called the incubus. If you're the type to always want to have sex with every guy you see, always giving up your sexual energy, you're able to attract the incubus. Same rules apply. Follow for more.
Before Jesus, it was Horus. Before Adam, it was Atum. Before Mary, the so-called Caucasian woman, Virgin Mary, it was Isis. I have Isis and Horus. This is a real statue in Egypt, by the way. And now you have Mary and Jesus. Nothing more than a painting. Bro, I'm telling you, that Bible got y'all programmed. Everything in that Bible was stolen from ancient Kemet. Kemet is Egypt, if you didn't know. And this is just only a little bit. If you look at everything from Egypt and then you look at Christianity, they stole everything, bro. I'm telling you, that Bible was poison.
This is how powerful words are.
Actually listen to what you say. What are you talking about? So IKEA did this science experiment where they had two of the same plants. Both are exactly the same. And they had these little kids say negative things in a recorder. And they said like, you're ugly, you're never gonna grow. And they put that recorder by one of the plants and they had it constantly play throughout the day. And then they had the same kids say positive things in a recorder. And they said like, you're beautiful, you're gonna grow, you can do it. And they put that recorder by the other plant. And that constantly played throughout the day. So both plants are exactly the same. They get the same amount of water, the same amount of sunlight. The only thing different is one's being told negative things and the other one's being told positive things.
Right.
So get this. After 30 days, they found out that the plant that was being told positive things grew way better. And then the plant that was being told negative things and being bullied started to die and started to droop.
Stop it. No way.
It just shows, even for plants, how bullying could be really damaging to their health. Can you imagine what it does to humans?
What up, cuz? This is how you open your third eye in 1 hour. So before I get started, understand it's not going to be hard because your third eye is the only eye that you've ever seen anything with, period. What do I mean by that? The entire world that you perceive around you is literally an illusion. So is your ego, so is your sense of self. That means life is a fucking dream. Think about it. How can you be in a dark room asleep, not moving, with no sound? Eyes closed, you're asleep, right? How the fuck can you feel like you're in a different fucking country with some people you've never met doing some shit you've never done, and the shit feel real as hell? What is seeing your dreams? The third eye is the eye that sees your dreams. The third eye is the ear that hears your thoughts. The third eye is the consciousness or awareness behind every single experience. See nothing with your eyes, it's all your mind. This is a little trick that I learned that works in dead ass less than an hour that tunes me into my third eye completely. Just sit down or lay down in meditation So you'll look like this, but stare forward as hard as you can, just like this. When I say stare, focus as hard as you can, like you're reading something. I'll do it, come back and tell me what happened.
When you dream at night, your mind creates an alternate universe, places your conscious awareness inside of its own creation, and then disconnects you from the fact that you created it. Your memories of laying in bed an hour ago are no longer available. Whether you're awake or you're dreaming, your unconscious mind is in control of the switchboard which determines what memories and what sensory information you have access to. While you're experiencing the creation of your mind, it seems real. It seems like the most real thing you know. You can't remember anything else more real. This is what your mind does automatically, without your permission and without any advance warning. When you dream, your mind creates an earth for you to walk on, your mind creates a body with a brain and 5 senses, and yes, your mind even creates other people for you to talk to and interact with. And even though your mind has created these other people in your dream world, you do not necessarily know who they are, what they're going to say, or what they're going to do, just like in your waking life. How do you know you're not dreaming right now? Because
to pay attention to nature. There's a reason why a woman can only be pregnant by one man at a time, but a man can have multiple women pregnant at one time. There's a reason why there are many married men that struggle every day to remain with one woman, because it's going against, it's going against what's technically natural to him.
Fact, a man is by nature polygamous. Monogamy and fidelity are unnatural.
But if it's our man's nature, why is we fighting it? It's in a man's DNA, makes people feel uncomfortable.
The actual fact is that our men are outnumbered about 5 to 1. And nature is going to require that the men take responsibility for more than one woman and her children.
It's going against what's technically natural to him, to have more than one wife, what's technically embedded in his DNA. So my thing is, as opposed to just having baby daddies and baby mamas, why not just keep it real and, be adults and all work together, and as women be taken care of? You know what I'm saying? It ain't what you do, it's how you do it.
Like, I wasn't somebody who was like, ew, polygamy, no, not me. Like, I was very open to it because I do feel like as a woman, it's beneficial for us.
And I'm not saying everybody got to be poly, but I think that a lot of us would benefit from a healthy poly situation, and that our communities would actually be in a better position if we did have more fathers in homes with these children.
I actually did the research and learned that polygamy is an excellent option and paradigm for Black nation building. I couldn't really grasp the concept before because I was thinking from a selfish state of mind.
The human brain cannot comprehend the negative. It is incapable. I'll prove it. You ready? Don't think of an elephant. What happens is we very often reinforce things when we put things in the negative. Skiers know this. Have you ever seen skiers go through trees? Do you know how they do that? It's very easy. If you go through trees on skis, you go, don't hit a tree, don't hit a tree, don't hit a tree. Guess what you're watching? You're only looking at trees, as opposed to follow the snow, follow the path, follow the path. It's the same thing for you. If you focus on the obstacles, all you will see is obstacles. If you focus on the path through the trees, all you will see is path through the trees. It's your choice how you choose to perceive your own career.
Yo, did you know that Lucifer and Jesus Christ are the same person? I bet you ain't know that, did you? Watch this. Isaiah says, Isaiah chapter 14 verse 12, how art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer? Lucifer. In the concordance, Lucifer. Numbers 1966, Isaiah 14:12. We go to 1966. Halel, brightness, the morning star. That's what it means. Lucifer. Okay, this is gonna get you right here. Watch this. Revelation 22:16. I, Jesus, have sent my angel to testify unto you these things in the churches. I am the root and the offspring of David and the bright and morning star. Booyah. Did you know that Jesus Christ and Lucifer are one and the same. Go tell that to your pastor.
I don't think that we're even close to base reality. For example, the video game The Sims, they're going to become conscious with the AI technology now. And that video game has real people in it that are going to work, having babies, going to parties and everything else. At one point, will they then create their own simulated universe? And then there'll be one inside of that game. I think that there's many levels of reality and many levels of universes that occur. If I took all the empty space out of all the atoms out of 7.5 billion people that are on this planet, I could fit every single person into one sugar cube. I mean, this is all an illusion. We're not even really here.
Here are actors who were way too old for their characters.
Huh?
Up first, we have Jason Earls from Hannah Montana. While Miley is 13 and Jackson is 16, Jason Earls was actually 26. Can't believe he's the same age as John Cena. Next is Andrew Garfield from The Amazing Spider-Man. Even though Peter's supposed to be 16 or 17 in this, Andrew Garfield was actually 30 years old. I mean, I know Toby was 25 in the first movie, but 30? Next is Ross Butler in 13 Reasons Why. I'd say 22, 23 max.
Is this not borderline pedophilia? Ask yourself, would you be okay with your kids watching a TV show where adults act like children?
10 years older than everyone and her character.
Know exactly what time it is. They know their time is up. They know that their minute hand is on 6 and their hour hand is on 6 and that they can't go over the 7. They know exactly what time it is. That's why they spend billions of dollars every year to try to keep us down, right? That's why they call us black, you know, as in black op, right? Black ops denote a secret mission, right? Or as in black government, meaning secret. So that's why they call us black, because they know that we are extra reckless, and that's the secret that they've been keeping, right? If you take a look at the Shriners hat, right, with the sword on the top, right, and they have Ra on the hat, right? And the secret is they don't want to tell you that Amen Ra, right? Amen is the true and living God. And we are direct descendants of Amen, right? That's the secret. They hid it right in your face. Hey, when the Christians say they prayers, what do they say at the end of their prayers? In Jesus' name, Amen, right? And what do the Muslims say, right? Amen, right? And what do the Jews say? They say Amen, right? So the gig is up. The gig is up, Shriner. The gig is up, Freemason, Illuminati. And take our headpiece off your head. We know you got Amen on there, and you got a sword up there, right? Because you can't say nothing. You can't tell us, right? But the cat's out the bag now, ain't it? We know Amen is the true and living God. Amen is a new. Y'all ain't talking nothing slick. Amen is a new. A new is not the name. A new is a title, which means most high. You're not the real.
This is about to blow your mind. In Louisiana in 1856, the Black Code was said to refer to offenses involving slaves, Indians, and free persons of color. The so-called Indians were referred to on the marker as arrogant Negroes that assumed to be what they were not. The United States Census also tended to expand the use of the terms black and Negro. In 1890, black was used for all persons having 3/4 or more so-called black blood. Even pure blood so-called Indians could be counted as blacks, as in Nevada 1880. The instructions for the 1980 census indicated that any person checking both the black and Indian boxes were counted solely as black. You still think you're an Indian?
Part 2, pay attention and watch Ty Tribbett expose the gospel music industry.
Everybody who's in the industry know what I'm talking about. And I'm not hating on nobody. I'm just not willing to do certain things. That's all. It ain't about money to me. It ain't about making the money to me. Sick of that, too. I do everything for my man, please. If you really knew, you tuck your tail as well. The offer I was made today, I was like, nah, and it kept coming back, like, well, what? Nah, well, no, that's like demonic, yo. Then it still came back, like, well, I'm like, nah, how you gonna come back after I say it's demonic? But anyway, I guess you can ask, well, who was you talking to? the industry.
Now, in the music industry, it's all about the money and the revenue. They don't care if you have talent. And he was saying that every artist knows what he's talking about. And as you can tell, they're very persistent when they ask.
Why would they have it set up to have people, individuals, on the planet Mars by 2012? Because the next year is what? What is it? Y'all read the books? Right, the next year is the opening of the vortex. They need to get out of here before our ancestors come. Right in front of your face, they have Disneyland. In Disneyland, there's a large ball, a large metallic ball called the Epcot Center. How many people here knows what the word Epcot stands for? Does anybody know? How many people, let me ask the other question. How many people here have been to Disneyland? How many people here have visited the Epcot Center in Disneyland? Now you're visiting this thing, having fun in it, but what is the meaning of it? Epcot Center is an acronym for the Experimental E, Prototype P, Experimental Prototype Community C, of O, tomorrow, an Experimental Prototype Community of tomorrow. It's symbolic of a biosphere that the establishment has set up on the planet Mars. They know that in order to escape this meteorite shower, they have to escape this planet. They have to leave the planet. This is why they're setting up bases on Mars as we speak. Our ancient ancestors know the exact same thing though. They know that their children also would have to leave this planet or turn their bodies inside out. See, if you're only in tune with hydrogen up to the 99th element, then anything that affects from 1 to 99 affects you. If you have the ability, though, to bypass that and go on the other side of hydrogen or turn your body inside out, whatever happens to this physical planet will not affect you. If you have the ability and access to an organization that knows this, then you will also have an alternative, because the establishment of the government has nothing to do with you. They do not want to save you. They have a project, Project Biosphere 2, which has nothing to do with you. They're planning to get out of here. They want to get out of here before these meteorite showers come. That's why they've already gone out of here. Those who are in tune with the program are not afraid of the meteorite showers because we know what to do. We know where what Christians call salvation lies. We know how to escape these meteorite showers. And, like we said before, the Theonichians recorded these 7 thunders coming already. The Native Americans.
This is about to blow your mind. This is the original Statue of Liberty. Yes, family and friends, the original symbol of America was actually a Moorish Muslim woman. Why Muslim? Well, because America was founded on Islam. It was the Moors who had taught Europeans government. This is why elite Europeans call themselves Shriners, aka Muslim sons, and wear the Moorish fez in secret. All the so-called founder fathers of the country had a Holy Quran, and it was Morocco, Indiana, that first recognized the United States as a nation. This was the original Statue of Liberty, and it is a Muslim blackamoor woman. See that? Interesting.
Money is only a receipt for a bill you owe.
Well, the way it works in business, in commercial business, is that I agree to your bill of $100. So when you're through with the job, you come to me and you give me a bill. And the bill is for $100. All right, so you as a painting contractor have painted my room. When you're through, you give me a bill. And the bill I read is $400. I reach in my wallet and I pull out a $100 bill. And I give it to you. Now you have been paid because I gave you a $100 bill. No, I didn't pay you anything. I paid you nothing. You gave me a bill for $100. I reach in my wallet, I give you a bill for $100. It's called a $100 bill. So now you owe me $100. It's a bill. Look on the $100 bill and at the top it says a Federal Reserve note. It's a bank note. Meaning you now owe me $100. It's a banknote.
Put your seatbelt on. The true and most effective key to conquering a nation of people is to control the woman and her womb. All advanced military attacks are based in this fact. This is not taught to the common soldiers in military organizations. They are just given instructions to attack women and children under guises of necessity. He who controls the woman controls the nation. The defeat and enslavement of the Moabite Moorish nation in the Western Hemisphere is the most secret history in all public literature. Both the history and culture is kept from public consciousness as much as possible by the ruling colonial states and their European citizen subjects. The status quo condition of social rot is agreed to and supported by many Moabite Moors who use, maintain, and cherish the Black and Negro labels and European names, titles, and positions awarded to them for their service. They sell the blood of their own people for a few pieces of silver. This is about to blow your mind. So-called white people are actually the black people. According to etymology, which is defining the underlying or true meaning of words, black goes back to an Indo-European base, fleg, a variant of bleg, bleak, originally meant pale, and comes ultimately from an Indo-European base, bleg, and until the 16th century in the north as Blake. Its disappearance was no doubt hastened by its resemblance to black, both formally and semantically, since both pale and dark carry implications of colorlessness. Book reference: black, black, pale, wan, livid, to become pale. So the pale man is actually the black man. Wow. People have been tricked into thinking that they're this, when in reality, they're this. But back to this real quick. Did you know that the word black actually means pale? To become pale? That's right. Pale. Word association. Tell me anything positive that you hear. Sullen. Atrociously wicked. Horrible. As black deed or crime. Dismal. Mournful. Calamitous. Black and blue, the dark color of a bruise in the flesh, that which is destitute of light. Blackball, to reject or negative in choosing by putting black balls into a ballot box. Blackish, somewhat black, moderately black or dark. So since nothing about this resembles something positive, why do you want to call yourself that? Does it make sense now? Instead of this, an American. Noun, a native of America, originally applied to the Aboriginals or copper-colored races found here by the Europeans. Get the picture?
Hey, they lied to us when they was telling us about Native Americans. However bad you think it was worse. So, people, I'm from California, right? Did you know that in California it was legal to kill Native Americans? Not only was it legal, it was profitable. You literally can get paid per head of the native you kill. Over 16,000 Native Americans was killed in cold blood during the whole gold rush thing. This happened from 1846 to 1871. The word genocide didn't become coined until 1944, meaning what was happening to the natives was so bad it didn't even have a word to describe it. Oh, it ain't just California. Y'all ever seen a map of the U.S. with just the native tribes? Y'all see them little words right there? Those are tribes you've never heard of. When I was younger, I remember a Native American elder telling me something that threw me all the way off. He said, "I give thanks for your ancestors because without your ancestors, I probably wouldn't be here today." That's when I realized whatever we being told ain't nothing close to how bad it really was.
Pennsylvania, Flight 93. Why was there no visible airplane debris where Flight 93 supposedly crashed in Pennsylvania? Only a smoking hole in the ground, no bodies, no seats, no wings, no luggage. What about the World Trade Center? 6 months before the 9/11 attacks, the World Trade Center was purchased by the Silverstein Group for $3.2 billion, even though those buildings were covered in asbestos, an obvious health hazard and in need of demolition. But Larry Silverstein took out insurance coverage on the property, which fortuitously covered acts of terrorism. The result.
I never put a bitch over my purpose. I don't give a fuck who she is. Nobody come before my fucking purpose, nigga. Why she can't be a compliment to your life? Why you gotta always sacrifice for her to grow? Why? Because we've been raised to act like little bitches, to be little bitches. That's why. Kill that dumbass bitch in you, that beta cuck shit in you. For it kill your ass. For you fucking just mentally suicide yourself to the point where you can't even think no more. Fuck her. Always gonna be able to fuck that bitch. Niggas are soft. Either you improve or you complain and stay the same, G. I'm out.
Check this out. So you think the Emancipation Proclamation freed you? The Emancipation Proclamation never mentioned freeing slaves from the Union states where slavery was legal. Lincoln's grand political solution was to use the 13th Amendment to keep so-called white supremacy alive beyond the grotesque institution of slavery by creating a second-tier level of citizenship specifically for people of color. Neither slavery nor involuntary servitude except as a punishment for a crime whereof the party shall have been duly convicted shall exist within the United States or any place subject to their jurisdiction. This clause in the 13th Amendment meant slavery was never abolished. It was simply redefined and codified under the jurisdiction of law enforcement officers and the courts. Nationality is the order of the day.
And how the world works. You're running on override. Men build the world that you live in.
Oh, okay.
Who built that house or apartment you live in? Was it a crew of women? Who designed the metal work? Who put in the floor, the plumbing, the electrical system, the heating? Who put that in? The car you drive, was that built by a crew of women?
So women are not capable of doing none of those things. No.
You're not good at it. And when given a choice, excuse me, because when given a choice, because women are free today, right?
Uh-huh.
And you're educated, right?
Uh-huh.
Then why don't we see 51% of the construction workers as women? Why don't we see 51% of the engineers as women? Why don't we see 51% of the plumbers, electricians, military, train operators, heavy, dangerous work as women? Because when given an opportunity, women segregate themselves into more comfortable positions.
Ding, ding, ding,
Men
ding.
do the dangerous work.
You let one ant stand up to us, then they all might stand up. Those puny little ants outnumber us 100 to 1. And if they ever figure that out, there goes our way of life. It's not about food. It's about keeping those ants in line.
98% of the high-performance people on the planet are not alpha males. They're beta males, okay? Elon Musk, Warren Buffett, Bill Gates, Zuckerberg, all have one thing in common. They're introverts. They're not alpha males.